almost live, so let me grab that. There's Pam. Hey guys, welcome on. I'm just getting the recording started. And let me share it real quick. Okay. One more second and then we'll jump right in. I'm so excited to be sharing all this new information with you guys today. It is a brand new season in the Mary Kay world. And so it's going to be exciting. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay. There we go. All right. So we are live, and I know some of y'all have maybe seen the buzz. And excuse me for being in the car. We have a sick kiddo this morning, so I had to run and get some Sprite and all the things. So, anyways, but some of y'all have seen the buzz, or maybe you've gotten some emails about the new e-commerce system that's coming our way and the new My Shop experience that we are going to have. And so I'm going to go over all of that with you guys, how it's just really going to bless your business, how it can bless other people that may have wanted to be a part of Mary Kay in the past, but maybe they didn't for whatever reason. This is a great time to share this with them. So I'm excited to kind of unpack all of that with you guys today, because there's some things that you're going to want to be doing before it launches on December 17th. Okay, so we're in the final countdown. It will launch on December 17th. And so there's some things that you want to do to get set up for success for that. Plus, I have tons of resources available for you, flyers, the whole 9 yards, that I will be sharing with you right after that. Okay. On the new Beauty Insider program. I'm going to go over like kind of what's transitioning first, and then I'll show you those flyers just so, because maybe you've done a little bit of training on it. Maybe you've looked at it. Maybe you haven't, right? But I just want to make sure everybody knows exactly what is coming to your business and your team members' business and your potential team members' business. Okay. And Mary Kay has never, ever done this before. So honestly, when I'm talking to people, I'm saying, hey, we have a new Beauty Insider program. And so that's my lingo with that, the e-commerce experience that's coming. Like, that's our new Beauty Insider program, right? And I'll unpack that more in just a second. Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen on my Canva, so that way I can pull up all of the info. I can also afterwards share this whole slideshow with you guys. That way, if there's anything that seems confusing, you can look back over it. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, so y'all let me know if you can see my screen. Can somebody just let me know if they can see my screen? Can y'all see my screen? Can somebody just unmute and shout out that you can see my screen?
We can.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Sam. Okay, so our new e-commerce experience, let's dive through that together. Okay, so first up, there's going to be a new platform. So basically, like, your Mary Kay website is going to look different. Okay, and it's going to be so much simpler too, which I'm excited about that, because sometimes I get lost trying to find stuff on there. So it's going to be bold, efficient, effective, and easier to connect with your customers more than ever before. Okay, so what's changing? Let's see what's changing. A new updated site. We just talked about that. The personal website manager. So where you used to go under like business, your business tools, and you went to personal website manager, later this month is now going to be called Shop Manager. Okay. And I'll have a sheet in a minute, but that's going to be the exact place that you go to set up your My Shop if you haven't already done that. Okay. You're going to go under PWS Manager and you'll see the information to set up your new My Shop. Okay. We're going to be transitioning from ProPay that we've been using to Stripe for payment processing. And that is we'll talk about that in a minute, but that's going to be allowing you to get paid instantly and go straight into your bank account instead of having to like funnel through another system. So I'm excited about that too. Okay. Mary Kay personal website is now going to be called My Shop. There's going to be updates to the My Customers app. It's going to look even better, right? Consultant locator, like when they go to marykay.com before and they typed in for a consultant like locator. Now it's going to be called consultant connector. So those are just a few little changes. Okay. Then here's the thing. The choice is yours. You can sell in person. You can sell online. You can utilize your personal inventory, delivery, or take advantage of the My Shop experience with immediate shipping directly to your customer. So if they order on My Shop, it is going to directly ship to your customer. Okay. It will be a modern extension of selling power designed to support how you already work, not replace it. All right. Then here is the payment processing. So ProPay, hello Stripe. Unlike Stripe, unlike ProPay, Stripe does not act as a holding bank. Okay. So like previously you had to run the payment and then you'd have to transfer it out, all that. It like kind of sat there. Stripe is going to go directly into your bank account. So you're going to want to have your direct deposit information linked on your Mary Kay InTouch. So that way it can go directly into your bank account. Also, you're now going to be able to provide additional payment options for your customers like Apple Pay and Google Pay. So that's going to be really, really great for us because some people, that's just going to really help them out having more options. Okay. The consultant connector is being upgraded. So the searches will now expand anywhere from 10 to 50 miles from your 2 zip codes that you put in, okay? Giving your business more visibility and connecting with more potential customers. So like whatever 2 zip codes, like I put my 2 zip codes here in my town, but people are going to see you anywhere from 10 to 50 miles of that, okay? On that consultant connector. So if they go there looking for a consultant, they could find you, all right? My customers on launch day, my customers will become mobile friendly with a few key changes. Okay. The date fields, only birthdays will carry over. Other dates like anniversary, graduation, stuff like that will not be supported. However, like it'll still have your customer. Like if you have any customers in there already, you'll still have their name, their phone number, their email, and their birthday. Like those main primary things will carry over. It'll just be like all that extra. If y'all remember seeing all that extra that honestly half the time you probably did not fill in unless you were very detail oriented. That's just the stuff that people just don't use as much. So they're kind of just trying to streamline, make it easier, simpler, cleaner look for all you guys, just to make things easier, right? Order history. Only the last 2 years of orders will migrate. Okay. So if your customers haven't ordered beyond 2 years, their information will not migrate. Okay. I think probably most of you are safe because I think a lot of you, especially on the call today, have been in the business 2 years or less. But if you've been in longer than that and there's people that you want to keep their contact information, I would pull up your order history and maybe just because you can export information from My Customers right now before it changes. So you'll need to go ahead and do that like immediately if you want to do that. Okay. So update, delete, or archive them. Orders from December 2023 onward will be included. Download, export older ones if needed. Okay. Now, here's just kind of recapping what will be migrated, what will not be migrated. We kind of just talked about that. Archive records. So even if you do archive them, it will be migrated. But previously like deleted people won't be migrated. Things like that. Okay. So there's that. Customer tags and stuff will be migrated, that kind of, and like I said, I'll share this with you if you want to dive back through this at all. Okay. Selling online versus offline. So selling online through My Shop, your customers can order online anytime. It will automatically ship directly to them. Okay. You'll have to put in if you want to offer any pre-selected order discounts or free shipping through your shop manager. it will have to be inputted on there to actually apply to their order, okay? Before they're checking out. So like if, for example, if one day you're running a sale and you're going to direct your people to your My Shop, you would need to go ahead and set that up on your My Shop before you start running that sale. Does that make sense? So otherwise, what I've always done with people, like if I don't want them to go to my website for whatever reason, I just tell them, hey, you have to text me for this deal. Okay. So if you don't want it to go through there for some reason, if you want to manually add it up and stuff, then you can do that. Okay. Your 24/7 e-commerce system saves you time so you can focus on growing your business. So that way you're not having to sit there and process orders. Like it's just going to automatically ship. It's just going to take that extra step, because I know new consultants used to get so confused, like, how do I process it once it's sitting there, that kind of thing. So it's just what Mary Kay's goal is to streamline as much as possible for you, take as much off of you so you can really just focus on growing your business and not all the nitty gritty. Does that make sense? So that's their goal. Okay, so selling offline with personal inventory or customer delivery service. Customers can place orders with you offline. You can run your business however you want to in that order. You can utilize payment types. Since we won't have ProPay, you can use things like Square, Venmo, Zelle, etc. I personally have Square, and I will send y'all a link, anybody that wants it, because you get your first $1,000 worth of processing free, which means the first $1,000 you process, it doesn't take out any fees. So I can send y'all a link for that if you want to use that. But I try to have people like Venmo me and Cash App me as much as possible, but I do have Square for if I need to enter their credit card number, And the other thing about Square, it does go directly to your bank account as well. Okay. Stripe is only going to be like, we won't be able to manually enter a card information into Stripe like we used to could ProPay. Stripe is just only going to be for those orders on My Shop. Okay. So that's why you're going to need to have like a Square or something to manually enter credit cards. Okay. Pack and ship your products yourself, get them to them. That's kind of all the same. Okay. So that way, that's kind of that same process you've been doing before. All right. Next up, here's the huge thing that is new. Okay. And if you have anybody that's been on your team before that is not currently on your team, you're going to want to reach out to them. Okay. Because it's a great comeback time for a lot of people that used to be a part of the company. Also, if there's anybody that like you've had on the fence, this is going to be a great thing that they're going to want to know about, right? Because with this new discount structure, when they first start, there's going to be a tiered discount structure that incentivizes growth at your pace. So when a new beauty consultant starts, they can get started from the moment they start. They don't have to wait to get their active order together. So they can have people place, and even you, like if you ever fall in inactive status, for whatever reason, until you can get back active, you can still have people shop on My Shop with you. Okay. And I'm going to go over that discount structure, because if you're inactive for any reason, it won't be as much as it normally is that you'll make profit, but you will still make profit. Okay. I know most of y'all on here always stay in active status, and that's where you want to be. But just it's great to know, like, right, for those, because maybe you've had team members before that were like, oh, I can't get an active order together or whatever. This is going to help them out. Okay. The upcoming changes empower us to stay competitive in a way that's strategic, responsible, and true to who we are. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty. Okay, okay. So new consultant ordering options. Okay, they're still going to be able to place a qualified order and get their 50% discount immediately. And with a qualified order, they will be able to earn those great start bundles that they've been able to earn before, right? With the free product bonuses. If their order is just an active order for a new consultant, they're going to get that 50% discount privilege. That's not going to change. That's going to be the same like it was before. Okay. The only thing that's going to be different is they can begin selling immediately if they don't have, let's say, if they don't have any order in whatsoever yet, and somebody orders on their website and it automatically ships, they're going to make a 30% profit if they're not active. If they're active, they will make 50%. But if they're not active, it will be 30%. Okay. But they can start earning from the moment that they begin. Okay. They'll get that 30% profit potential. So what's next? Like if they were to begin selling and they, didn't have active order in yet. Once a new consultant's MyShop orders for the month reach an accumulative retail of 450, she will begin to become active and it will bump up to 50% profit. So like if she, didn't place an active order on her back end, but she got like tons of orders on her MyShop, like from the moment she started, as soon as she hits 450, that profit potential will bump from 30 to 50%. Okay. All right. Next up, the good news is y'all get to take advantage of or inactive or terminated consultants that aren't in active status also get to take advantage of the tiered discount structure. Okay. So let's go over the other thing first. Hold on. Well, maybe we can go over it this way. Okay. So this shows you just profit potential. I don't want to confuse the heck out of y'all. Okay. So it just gives you an example, like if you weren't active, basically, like how that would add up to being active once you hit that 450 or more. That's when your 50% applies, basically. But you would only make 30%. So it's going to pay to be active and make your 50%, honestly. Okay. But I want the main sheet that, because $100 MyShop order at that 30% would only be $30 in profit. If you're active, it would be $50 in profit potential. So you don't want to leave money on the table. So it's still going to pay to be active, be an active consultant. Okay. We'll get to the sheet that like kind of has the main overview all in one, but inventory orders for consultants, active consultants, your inventory orders will be that 50% discount. Inactive consultants, so if you were to fall in inactive status or anything, if you were to go in, because sometimes there's like somebody, I've had consultants that do this before, like they're like, I can't possibly get an order together, but I need something. And they go in and they order like $100, right? But they always paid full price if they did that. Okay. If you were in inactive status and you went in and placed an order and you weren't active, it made you pay full price plus tax and shipping. Okay. What's going to happen now is if your order is under an active order, if you're not active, if it's over $100, then they'll give you a 30% discount. Okay. Orders under $100 will not receive any discount, but will accumulate towards your active status. Does that make sense? So basically, this is only if you're in inactive status. If you're active, you'll get your 50% like always. Okay. But if you fall inactive for whatever reason, then that will apply. Okay. Okay. The exciting news is both your retail sales from your online shop plus any online inventories ordered will accumulate to help you reach active status. So, and that'll be especially, here's the thing I'm looking for right here that explains it. I was like, I know this sheet's in here. This helps condense it. So if you got confused a minute ago, here's the main sheet to look at. Okay. Where it shows you the difference in like, if any scenario, how much profit potential would you make? Okay. So MyShop, if you're active, you're going to make 50%. If you're not active, you're going to make 30%. Okay. And it can accumulate to 50%. If you're placing an order on InTouch for your inventory or to reorder stuff for yourself or whatever, if you're active, you're going to get 50% off everything. If you're not active, if it's under $100, you're going to have to pay full price. If it's over $100, you're going to get a 30% discount. Okay. So that's how that goes. Okay. Now, this is going to be launching December 16th. Okay. That's when there's going to be a blackout period and then it's going to go live. I'm sorry, December 17th. Okay. So this month. Okay. Now, the main thing that you're going to want to do right now, if you have not already done this, okay? Hold on, sorry. If you have not already done this, you're gonna want to go ahead and go in and make sure you set up the My Shop, okay, under the personal website manager. You're also going to confirm on InTouch that your social security number and your direct deposit is set up. That's the main things that you want to do. The My Shop is going to be free to all consultants, okay? So before, when you had to pay for your website, it's going to be free for all consultants, okay? So it won't cost you anything to set it up, all right? So that's what you're going to want to do right now. The other thing that I'm going to show you real quick is all of these resources that I have here about for new consultants to join your team, okay, to reach out, because that's what I'm working on right now, is reaching out to people with all of these. So here's, hold on, where's my main sheet that I wanted to show y'all? Here is a great flyer to help so I'm reaching out to all my customers and saying, hey, here's your perks of being a customer. We have this brand new program that's launching, and you can upgrade to being a beauty insider and make profit from day one. Day one, you can make 30% plus profit. Okay. So that's going to be that. As soon as I have my script ready for that, I will get it to you guys so you can reach out to your customers, because you're going to have more people than ever that are going to want to join your team, because they won't have to have necessarily a minimum active order. There will literally be no quotas. Okay. So I love that. And you may have people even come back, which is exciting. Okay. So I have all of these social media flyers, everything that I will get to you guys so you can get all of that and get that in motion. But let's see, I think that was most everything that I was going to share with you. There was one more. Well, maybe it's that sheet that I just really love. Okay. So like I said, this is going to be the time that you're going to get your My Shop set up, and you're going to want to start reaching out to people because you want to go ahead and get them on your team now if they want to take advantage of being a beauty insider. So that way they can go ahead and set up their My Shop, and they can be ready to roll on December 17th when it transitions. Okay. Now, if you have anybody that go ahead and get started before then, they may want to go ahead and just like get active in the whole 9 yards before December 17th. Because I'm still going to be getting people started and still getting them started traditionally right now. But I'm going to tell them on December 17th, like, if we haven't got your active order in for whatever reason, you'll still be able to make profit. Okay. So that's just really the conversation right now, because the goal will still be to help everybody get active to max out their profit potential, right? So I don't want you to get stuck on or stumped on this 30%, but it's going to be a great option for those people that might have held them back before, or maybe they just couldn't reach it, or they had life going on at the moment, for whatever reason. So, all right, give me your questions. I know this was a lot of information to unpack. Give me, what questions do you guys have? And I'm going to answer them as I have to drive for a minute.
Angela,
what do y'all have? What stood out to you?
Earlier you said something about if they had not ordered from us in 2 years. Can you repeat that part?
Yeah. So if you have a customer in your system and they haven't ordered in 2 years, their information will not migrate over to the new system. So the best thing you can do right now is go in and export your customer information from Mary Kay InTouch under My Customers. If you go, you would have to do it. I'll try to do a little video on my screen later on my phone how you do that, but you can export all of your customers' information from My Customers. If you go on a computer, you have to do it from a computer. Well, you might could do it from your phone, I don't know.
Probably
But that way
easier
you
to
have their
do.
information in case it doesn't migrate over. You also can archive those customers, and it says that archived customers will transition over. So you could always put them in your archived customers list.
So, because a lot of my customers ordered initially, which would have been August 2 years ago, but they haven't ordered
Okay.
since. So I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to export all of those into the new system, right? For,
Yeah, I would export those so you have them. I would export the list, like just so you have the list if you ever need it, you know. Um, and then I would archive those people. So that way they transition over. Does that make sense?
yeah,
Like,
I guess,
because if they're in archive, it says it'll transition. But if you just leave them sitting there like it is and don't archive those customers, then they will not transition.
okay,
But if you have them in archive, you can dig them back out if you need to, if that makes sense. Like
okay.
they don't pop up on your My Customers list. They sit in a special place called archive customers. So,
Because many of those customers, I continue to, when I send out the, um, what do we call it? Lookbook. When we send out, the quarterly lookbooks, they're still getting
mhm.
those from me. So if I'm understanding this right, if I don't manually export them over and then I upload that list for those lookbooks to be sent out, they won't get one.
Right. Yeah, because they won't be in your My Customers anymore, like if they haven't ordered in 2 years. But those people also, I know you're still sending them lookbooks, but what I would encourage you to do is try to do a comeback special. Like I have a comeback special I send to people if they haven't ordered in a long time, because we all have retention. I mean, not every single person ends up being your customer forever. Um, but there's some people that sometimes if you give them a comeback special, they're like, well, I did love the product. I don't know why I quit ordering it. And they, order from you again. So sometimes I do something huge for them just to like gain them back as a customer. Like I think I've done like 40% off any one item just to come back. Um,
Do you have a
I can
flyer?
send you that.
Yeah,
I have a text in my system I
okay.
can send to you. Will you text me and remind me?
Yeah, we will. Sure.
If you don't mind. Sorry. Turner's been sick all morning and I had to run and get a bunch
Yeah,
of stuff from the grocery.
sure.
So
No,
I don't want to forget when I get back home.
yeah, no
But yeah,
worries.
text
Yeah.
me and I will send you that text message.
Uh-huh.
But that's something that I would encourage you to do if you have people that are over 2 years, especially,
Oh, I do.
because the likelihood of them ordering right now is probably low if they haven't ordered in 2 years, So, but a
Right.
comeback special would definitely be good.
Especially this time of the year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay.
Yes. Does anybody else have any questions? Like I said, I know it's a lot of information to unpack, but I want to make sure y'all are set up for the My Shop. It's going to be so great for your business. Seriously, it's not time to touch his buttons, right? That's going to be exciting. Plus, I'm loving it because I do have some people that I've signed up before that have never placed an order, right? I know y'all all had that happen. So even those people, you can go back and say, hey, I know you never placed an order, but we have this launching and you can make 30% or more off of any order, even if you like don't do anything else. If you just share your link and get some orders.
Uh-huh.
So that's going to be huge.
Okay.
Yes.
Yvonne, did you
Yeah,
have a
Angela.
question? Okay, hold on. Do I
Yes.
have to close probate myself?
It's
I'm assuming that'll just like the company will just do that. I would just make sure you transfer out any money you have in it. For
okay.
sure, like on December 15th or something. I've gone ahead and started transitioning over to just using Square is what I've done and transferred my probate. So you can go ahead and start doing that now. Remember to send you for Square if you don't have that too. Um, Honestly, the fees are about the same that it was with ProPay, but you don't have to pay a setup fee or anything like that. If you order a card reader with Square, you might get one free actually when you set it up. I don't remember, but you don't necessarily process the payment. Okay, so Just so y'all know that. Like you can manually enter somebody in. You also can send people invoices through Square and stuff like that too. So I do that sometimes as well for people. So
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
So Angela,
Anybody else have a question?
if somebody comes back in and they
Yeah.
do the 30%, they get orders at $100. Does that have to be accumulative for that month or does it carry over?
It'll still be within the calendar month, like getting to active status. Like, does that make sense?
Okay, so it has to
It'll have
be
to
in
be
that
within the
30 days.
calendar
Okay.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like it's always been with active status within the calendar month, yeah, that won't, I mean, they can't do like 200 one month, 200 another month or whatever, like, so it would still have to be within a calendar month to reach active status. But that was a good question. Because I didn't even think about saying that. Okay, well, are y'all excited about this? How do y'all feel? Tell me how you feel. I know it's a lot to take in.
I think it's great.
I've been here 14 years and this has never happened. So believe me, I'm like right here with y'all. Like, but
Yeah.
I'm excited, like I said, because all those people that, maybe I used to call them starter kit snatchers, they get a starter kit and then they never did anything, right? So it'll give an option for those people that, maybe didn't do anything before or whatever, or maybe they didn't want to start their Mary Kay before because they didn't want to have to get an active order together. This is, like I said, a great opportunity to reach out to people and all the things. So I think your team building is going to grow if you really just take it and run with it, because they're just kind of taking the Spanx off, right? So the sky can be the limit for us. Okay. All right. Well, love you all. If you have any questions, let me know and I will get that information over to y'all as quick as possible. Okay.